Hello and welcome to the Cyber Safety Newz Show here on the Safety Newz Network. My name is Adam Blue, and each week I dive into the world of cybersecurity, kind of talk about some of the latest risks that have occurred, and also some ways to keep yourself safe. But this week, going into a holiday week, I'm going to talk about some 9 Black Friday cybersecurity deals. That kind of sounds odd, but let's look at that and see if it's actually worth it. Also, there's a ransomware gang that filed a complaint against victims. That kind of doesn't make sense either, but we'll kind of look into that. And then CISA is actually changing some of their rules of engagement when it comes to cybersecurity tools being used for different companies, that at an executive level, these things need to be signed off. It's to kind of pass that responsibility higher up because security is such a big deal. But anyway, if it's your first time joining, please give us a subscribe. I'll talk about cybersecurity each week along with the Safety Matters news that also comes out weekly. And we have shorts on social media channels, so check out links on the page. But yeah, let's get started here, actually. This first one I think is pretty funny. Okay, so we have the ransomware gang files SEC complaint over victim's undisclosed breach. Okay, undisclosed breach, well, typically breaches have to be disclosed. So is that what they're getting at here with this? Well, let's see. The ALF, with a V, Black Cat ransomware operation, has taken extortion to a new level by filing a U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission complaint against one of their alleged victims for not complying with the 4-day rule to disclose a cyber attack. Already it sounds like this group is just trying to get clout for what they did. They did some ransomware attack. They're like, okay, can't wait for the world to know, so we're popular. And then they're kind of waiting. They get mad and decide to sue the victim. Okay. Earlier today, the threat actor listed the software company Meridian Link on their data leak with a threat that they would leak allegedly stolen data unless a ransom is paid in 24 hours. Meridian Link is a publicly traded company that provides digital solutions for financial organizations such as banks, credit unions, and mortgage lenders. Hackers snitched to the SEC. According to databreaches.net, the Alpha V ransomware gang said they breached Meridian Link's network on November 7th and stole company data without encrypting systems. The ransomware actor said that it appears Meridian Link reached out, but we are yet to receive a message on their end to negotiate a payment in exchange for not leaking the supposedly stolen data. The alleged lack of response from the company likely prompted the hackers to exert more pressure by sending a complaint to the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission about Meridian Link not disclosing a cybersecurity incident that impacted customer data and operational information. And the complaint is actually here. Very fascinating. To show their complaint is real, ALPHV. There's probably a more correct way to pronounce that, but they're the bad guys, I don't care. Published on their site a screenshot of the form they filled out on SEC's tips, complaints, referral page. In their own words, the attacker told the SEC that Meridian Link suffered a significant breach and did not disclose it as required in Form 8K under Item 105. Following a barrage of security incidents at U.S. organizations, the SEC adopted new rules that require publicly traded companies to report cyber attacks that have a material impact, i.e. influence investment decisions. Cybersecurity incident reporting is due 4 business days after a registrant determines that a cybersecurity incident is material, the new rule states. However, the SEC's new cybersecurity rules are set to take effect on December 15th, 2023. So you're a bit early to suing, but I just find this an interesting dynamic that occurs because these hackers, attackers, what have you, have some pull. They seem to have some pull. And you know, what is the point of this? Like, maybe the company, Meridian Link, is like, this data is not a big deal in the grand scheme of things. I wonder if it's possible to run your stolen data against data that might already be out there, and you could determine, look, this data is already out there. You're not doing anything. It won't help us to pay you. Because it's interesting to think about it. It's like this extortion ransom thing going on where they're expected to get money. It's like, look what we did, now pay. And I guess you got to really look into that to see if it's worth it. Are we telling these hackers that, continue to ransomware our data and you'll get paid? I don't know. That's an interesting one, though. I gotta say, very interesting. Let me know what you think below. Next up, I thought this was funny when I saw this. 9 Black Friday cybersecurity deals. And it seems like someone's on the fence. Do I want to secure my environment? I don't know. Oh, look, it's on sale. I guess I'll secure my environment. No, it's what we're going to see. There's a lot of interesting things. So let me start. PortDroid. PortDroid is a trusted app for all network analyst tasks designed with network administrators, penetration testers, and technology enthusiasts in mind. This app brings a collection of essential networking tools right at your fingertips. So we can see this isn't directly related to securing, but this tool does give insight to various protocols, technologies that are utilized when wanting to secure. Maybe you're wanting more insight of or get more data from. We have the 7A Security, offers IT security training courses, including Android, iOS, Node.js, Electron, secure development, and security awareness. So that's important. If you can get some training, get it really cheap, and then just have it where your employees have to take this training. I think you can never go wrong with like too much training or using different training programs that exist, because you might be using Microsoft. They have their sort of training or threat simulations. KnowBe4, another widely used one. But hey, if you can get another one cheap, why not? Let's Defend helps you build a blue team career with hands-on experience by investigating real cyber attacks inside a simulated SOC. Again, this is a neat tool that's used for if you want to just build on your cybersecurity game. Sounds pretty interesting. The Safer Internet Project. Whether you're a student, graduate, or someone looking to test their skills, the Safer Internet Project offers experience in the cybersecurity industry through penetration testing projects on real business systems. Yeah, again, some more training and being able to do penetration testing on real business systems is super important. Getting that hands-on experience really helps when it comes to putting forth security measures. You kind of have to see how it goes, see how it works, look at the gotchas that are involved. We have AppSec Engineer. AppSec Engineer guides security engineers, architects, and developers to get new skills in AppSec with over 100,000 interactive hands-on labs. Yeah, this is a good one. Just another training set here. 0 Point Security. Their mission is to make red teaming knowledge and skill sets more accessible and affordable by providing training materials and lab environments in a scalable online format. Yet another training, but more specifically to red teams. Before, we had different things that had to do with application security. So there's different types of training we're seeing here. KSec Labs, hacker hardware, red team tools, lock picking, and RFID security store. Okay. Practical DevSecOps. Learn DevSecOps concepts, tools, and techniques from industry experts with a practical and hands-on course. Master the real-world skills in an online lab and achieve your DevSecOps certification. So some more training. That's good. And then iFixit. I know of them from the tools they sell online. Actually, like hard tools, not software, but actual stuff I would use to work on a computer, pretty much. That's the gaming PC side of me that knows this. Get curated iFixit bundles at great prices compared to buying separately. Perfect for techies, gamers, all those. So not too much there. That could be more for, when you hit up these links on this website, they get a kickback. But, okay, the main thing I will say here is I like that I saw a lot of training. I think training courses are very important for security. Like, you can't just train one day and then be fine for years. Like, security is constantly changing, so having training offered that maybe you can get at a discount is very helpful. So, yeah, that's a good one. But I will say, anytime you're accessing any third-party tool, especially when it has to deal with security, this is where the gap comes in that I've spoken on in a lot of little previous episodes about third-party systems. When you are connecting a third-party system, putting your information in a third-party system, there is a risk involved where your data could be leaked through that third-party system. Not only that, but from a system that you're signing into could be your environment, your main environment. And by signing into the third-party system, that data gets over there, that third party could leak it. And that's something to keep in mind here. So while it is fine to use third-party apps and systems, just remember what data could go over there. Read the fine print, read the acknowledgments that they sometimes have, the user acceptance. It might even allow you to opt out to some sort of data sharing. So just keep all that in mind. All right, and this last topic I think is a pretty good one. So CISA, the Cybersecurity Infrastructure Security Agency, is a big deal as they kind of oversee sort of the rollout and implementation of cybersecurity in the world, and when it comes to technologies that are used that people can access, and you know, certain formalities that happen within cybersecurity engagements. So the agency is attempting to make cybersecurity a high-level issue for companies by only allowing top executives to sign off on a new secure software attestation form that will be used across the federal government. CISA released the second draft of the Secure Software Development Attestation Form this week after releasing an initial version of the form in April. The form is a key component in a government-wide push to ensure agencies use securely developed software. The attestation's forms requirements are based on the National Institute of Standards and Technology Secure Software Development Framework, SSDF. Yeah, so they want to ensure agencies use securely developed software. That almost goes to what we were talking about in just that previous article about the Black Friday cybersecurity deals. It depends what software you're using from there, but you want to be able to trust them. Again, that your data that it could be connecting to systems. A lot of what CISA is doing here is trying to expose that level of transparency or from the top. Putting them at task, holding them accountable for executives that are managing a certain type of cybersecurity software to make sure that it is safe, that it is secure. And I think that's very important because you just never know. Even if a company you're working for, a third-party company, has like the best intentions, you never know what little slip-up might occur that they get breached. And this is to kind of plug those holes, right? You get a team at the executive level that are involved. I think it's going to have better oversight for those working underneath. I know I'm usually in situations where I am working underneath a boss. And a boss, for what I would do, is a great second set of eyes, because it is very important when you're looking at someone's security infrastructure, current security posture, and being able to make the right recommendations. You don't want to send them down the wrong path. You want to get a good look at what they're doing. And so that's the thing. It's very easy then to overlook the smallest detail. It's possible to think of something incorrectly, and I'll jot it down wrong, but it's good to have peers that can review this. And if you do it at a very high level, you're going to get the experience that can review all that, even guidance and mentorship for those underneath that are actually the ones maybe deploying some of this security software. Having, you know, an executive level kind of overseeing it, I think is best for the industry. So I think that just about does it for this episode of Cyber Safety News here on the Safety News Network. I think the biggest takeaways is I think it's funny to see 9 Black Friday deals for cybersecurity, but considering it was a bunch of training modules, I actually think that is a great idea. You can never have enough training, especially if you can get some extra training above the mandatory training and you can get it cheap. You might as well do it. The biggest takeaway, though, here is when you're connecting to third-party systems, you just never know what risk could be involved there, so you just gotta be careful. And then, you know, as we close out, the other takeaway I think is just hilarious is that ransomware group trying to sue their victim for not declaring that they were breached within a certain time period. I just think that's hilarious. So we'll see what comes from that. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. And if you haven't, please subscribe. And leave comments down below if there's anything you would like us to talk about or anything like that. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. We'll talk later.